Hello guys, P3ZRAY here. Okay, so in today's video we're going to be looking at all the games I've played from way back. The ones that stick in my head. The ones that have led me to the games that I'm playing right now. So, firstly, I remember my brother having a Master System, and Alex the Kid was probably the first game I ever played, and it was amazing. And I remember the soundtrack. It's one of them that sticks in your head all the time. So let's have a look at the next one. The next games are, I'm guessing everybody's played these. Sonic the Hedgehog. I remember I had a Mega Drive and I was a Sonic guy through and through. Sonic 1. And then we move on to Sonic 2. And Sonic 2 was the first of its kind because it had a 3D two-player type of game, which was pretty epic at the time. You could play Sonic or Tails, and you used to have to collect rings and run down this massive tunnel. It was amazing. And then lastly, I missed Sonic 3, but I did play this, and I remember having the little cartridge where you could put Sonic 2 in the top of it. Sonic and Knuckles. What a brilliant game this was. And again, childhood memories right here. It was amazing. All these Sonics were brilliant. Okay, so we're going to skip a few games. Now, obviously, I played loads of games, but these are the ones that actually stand out to me. And this game right here was one of them games. When I was a kid, I remember my brother had a PlayStation and he had this game. And whenever he was at work, I used to play it. Or if he wasn't at work, I used to sit there and watch him play it. And I just remember, the jump scares in this game were amazing. So right now we're looking at the intro to Resident Evil, and this was the first ever Resident Evil, and honestly it's crazy to think how far we've come. I've just literally started playing Resident Evil 7 and graphically it's just insane. But this game, honestly, it had so many jump scares. And I remember the first one you come across, you used to come into the mansion, you would head left, go through the dining room, and you'd be doing some stuff, and there was a door at the end, and you'd go into that door and you would walk round the corner and you'd have a little animation, and it was like this zombie chewing on someone, and they'd look round at you, and that was it. That's when the game kicked off. And dogs jumping through windows, spiders, you know, the Resident Evil type of thing. But this game back in the day was absolutely amazing. I'm just going to let this intro finish off and I'll come back to you on the next game.
Hey! Come here!
The animations. I swear, them actors, I don't even know what was going on. But anyway, let's move on to our next game. The next game was Tomb Raider. And I'm pretty sure I've played nearly every single Tomb Raider. And I played all the ones on PlayStation. And again, this was one of them games where my brother, he had the PlayStation. And I'd watch him play it and I'd play it. And it was just one of them puzzle games, you know. I remember doing all sorts of daft stuff on Tomb Raider, especially when you could go around the mansion and occasionally drown yourself in the swimming pool. All stupid stuff like that. But do you know what? The game itself was absolutely amazing. The puzzles were brilliant. And again, these were the games at the time where we used to be like, these graphics are insane. But as you can see on screen, I mean, look at the guy's hand. He's got a cardboard hand. But anyway, look. I'll carry on with this and I'll move on to the next game shortly.
Your eyes on this, Laura. How does that make your wallet rumble?
I'm sorry. I only play for sport.
Then you'll like a big park. Peru, vast mountain ranges to cover, sheer walls of ice, rocky crags, savage wind.
Right, let's move on to a fighting game. This fighting game, I played the Tekkens, I played Dead or Alive, I played Mortal Kombat. I played loads of fighting games, but this one for me, this one I used to play with a bunch of friends, and we were hardcore on this game, and literally every single character we knew the moveset to. My favourite characters were Cervantes, I loved Ivy, I was good with Astaroth. Honestly, this game, fighting, was brilliant, and I remember playing Soul Calibur 1, and then we moved over to Soul Calibur 2. And here it is. Soul Calibur 2 was another one of them epic games. This is where it really got good. It was so fluent. The fighting styles were brilliant. Just everything about it was absolutely epic. Yeah, so these were my favorite all-time fighting games by a mile. Okay, it's getting serious now. This game was, and still is, probably one of my favourite games of all time. Zelda Ocarina of Time. And it was so good. It was probably the first game where I went through it a second time and just explored all the areas and took my time with it. And again, this game was mind-blowing. And if you've never played this game, Zelda Ocarina of Time, I suggest you go back, try and find an emulator of some sort and play it, because it was brilliant for its time. And I remember spending hours and hours and hours and hours of this game. It was brilliant. So like I say, definitely check this game out if you can. It was by far the best Zelda in my opinion. Right, let's move on to first-person shooters. Firstly, in fact this is the only one, Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach and Halo 4. They were my favourite ever first-person shooters. Absolutely loved every single one of these. I remember Halo 1, playing System Link with friends. Well, first it was 4-player split screen, and then we moved on to System Link, where we'd have 4 TVs in a house, 4 Xboxes, and all our friends used to sit in different rooms playing 4-player split screen, so you could have like a 16-player battle. It was just immense. And then obviously Halo 2 came out.
Chief, can you hear me?
Halo 2 was amazing because
Are you all
I was
right?
able to go online
Can
with
you
it,
move?
and that was on the first ever Xbox. And there's not many people that were online on the first Xbox. There was a few. But it wasn't until the Xbox 360 came out when online really took off. And then obviously the PS3 came out. Sorry, PS2, PS3. They all did online as well. But Xbox 360, playing Halo 3 was just amazing. I got to meet so many cool people. And that's when I started getting that community feel. You could be at home playing with people all around the world and make friends with people that you didn't even know. But it was an experience, and for me that's where it all started. You know, that's when I knew that I just wanted to be a part of a community. You know, you could have guilds, you could do anything. And obviously I played a lot of games on the Xbox 360, but this was one of them that, like I said, I'm doing my favourite games, the ones that mean a lot to me and that I used to play a lot of, and this was one of them. Now, this is where it all begins. My first ever MMORPG. And I used to play this game on the Xbox 360 because they released the game for Xbox 360 for a good few years. And it's Final Fantasy XI, and you've probably seen I've done a couple of videos on my channel of this game because I revisited it. I'm actually on a private server, the Nozomi private server, and if you guys want to check that out, it's free, it's completely free, and it takes us back to the old times before Final Fantasy started getting a bit too easy. This game was the game. I spent 4 years of my life playing this game. I racked up 350 something days gameplay time. It was just so cool. Definitely by far my favourite MMORPG. Now I know I play Final Fantasy 14 and I really enjoy that, but the challenge of 11 was just epic. It took you months and months and months to get to level 70. Just everything was a grind. Everything was just so steady paced. It really was, but it was worth it. The rewards were worth it. And yeah, for me, this game was just absolutely amazing. And like I say, once I got into this game, that was it. I was hooked on MMORPGs. And like I say, with it being on the Xbox 360 as well, it was just so super convenient. I was able to just go online, and obviously if I wanted a bit of downtime, I'd go and play other games on my 360. But for a very long time, like I said, I used to just play this game. And I recommend anybody that's not played it. You know, I've met a lot of people on 14 that haven't played 11. And I've also had friends come over to the Nasomi server, and they'll tell you the same. It's not easy. It really isn't easy. Think of Eureka and times that by about 20 for the hardness of it. It can be very frustrating when you get aggroed by something, and it just chases you the whole map. And the chances of you getting to the zone in time, well, it's very, very slim, especially if you're low level. If you're high level, then it's not too bad. But yeah, I went and revisited the game not long ago when I needed a bit of downtime away from Final Fantasy 14. And it all came flooding back, all the nostalgia. And I do remember, like, I used to run a link shell on this game. We did so many things, COP missions. The leveling system was amazing because you literally had to be in a party to level up. It was a case of when you hit level 12, 13, you'd come to this area where I'm at now, and this is where it all began. And you leveled constantly with a party of players all the way up to level 70. The only difference was obviously you moved to different areas as things get weaker and weaker. But yeah, for me, this paved the way for MMORPGs. And I can't explain how cool this game was. So yeah, that's it. That's Final Fantasy 11, and this was my first ever MMORPG. Right, now on to mobile games. Okay, so this was the first mobile game that I absolutely got really hooked on. And the reason being was I'd quit Final Fantasy 11. I wasn't playing the Xbox 360 anywhere as much because of family life and stuff like that. And I ended up coming across this game. And the reason I loved it so much was because I was able to build a community. And that's what I loved doing. I was able to get an alliance of 30 people. And we used to run events together. And the way it worked is your alliance was built on how many characters you had. All them numbers got crunched together, and your alliance had a ranking system. And I remember one of the events was you had to save crystals, and that was hard to do because you opened crystals to get new characters. But there was an event coming out, and we wanted to win it because there was a really unique character called Unstoppable Colossus. Basically, we saved our crystals for 3 months. It was so hard. And at the end of the 3 months, the event came out. We played it. We opened all our crystals up, and we came 11th in the world. We was absolutely gutted because we needed to be top 10, but we was a community. We got through it and we carried on playing. Eventually the alliance did die out, unfortunately, but I still keep in contact with them people. And this game I played for a good year or so. It was just an amazing game, and it's the people that make games like this worth playing. Okay, so back to a MMORPG, and this is Toram Online. I remember that I was coming towards the end of playing Marvel Contest of Champions, and a friend of mine said, you need to get Toram Online. It's absolutely amazing. I was like, why? They said it's an MMORPG, and it's just like Final Fantasy 11. And obviously, feeling the love that I had for Final Fantasy 11, I jumped on, and boy, what a game. For a mobile device, this game was absolutely amazing. The whole gameplay style, the fact that everything's crafted, the fact that you can create your own unique builds, it just got me hooked. And this is where my YouTube channel started as well, because I started doing builds. I put a build up on my private YouTube channel, and it got 10,000 views. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna stick all my videos on this YouTube channel. And that was it. That's how my YouTube channel got created. It was all thanks to TOWRAM Online. Absolutely brilliant game. Honestly, I suggest you check it out. It's on all mobile devices. It's called TOWRAM Online, and just try it out. It's good for passing the time when you're not in the house. Okay, and now on to another MMORPG. I came onto this straight after TOWRAM Online. This is Adventure Quest 3D, another mobile device game, and it was absolutely brilliant. I never played the 2D version that was on PC because I never had a PC to play it on. But yeah, this game was another game that really helped me on YouTube massively, because I used to be able to do some really good build videos, and because I played this game from the beginning, I was able to put out some really cool builds, and I knew what I was talking about, and I met amazing people on this game. I remember sitting there one day and seeing all these YouTubers doing their own thing on this game, and I thought to myself, why don't we just get the community together and work together? So I messaged a few YouTubers here and there, and a few of my friends that were already YouTubers, and we managed to run a massive event where we got all different YouTubers in. One of the biggest ones for me was Gold Raven. I messaged him one day and said, would you be up for doing a collaboration on a video? And he's big on AQ3D, and he accepted and said yes, and I was amazed by that. And after that, we all became really good friends, and we was able to progress through the game together. We was able to progress our YouTube channels together. So yeah, an absolute epic game, epic community. The reason I quit this game was because towards the end there wasn't a lot for us to do. The devs were pushing back times for when the game was getting released, and I saw a lot of people leaving, and in the end I decided to try something new, which you'll see on my next clip. But yeah, I was gutted to move away. I will say, however, that the game has really picked up since I've been away from the game. There's been a lot more updates, a lot more stuff to do. I've been playing it again just recently, just trying to catch up and level up and do some cool stuff. But this game was, again, a really, really fun game. And if you're looking for players and friends and community, then this game is definitely up there with them. With any MMORPG, everyone's friendly. As you can see in the chat, as soon as I logged in, somebody said hello. That's Crixie, somebody that I used to play with on the game. But yeah, this game, it did so much for me. YouTube, community, friends, and something that I'm still a part of to this very day. So definitely go and check this game out. Fantastic game. And finally, Final Fantasy 14, which you all know that I play this game because I'm always putting videos up about it. This game I came to because I was able to get a PC. AQ3D was dead at the time, so I decided to try Final Fantasy 14. It all started where it was just going to be a trial to see what it was like, and I fell in love with it. And that's about it, really. I don't need to say much more on Final Fantasy 14 because you guys already know that I play this a hell of a lot. And that is my story about how I ended up to where I am today. There's loads and loads of other games out there that I could have mentioned, but these were the games that really stuck in my head and I absolutely enjoyed. And that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it brought back some memories if you guys ever played them games. And that's it. So please subscribe, like and comment. Don't forget to hit the notification symbol to stay up to date with all my videos. And as always, guys, stay safe.